this next piece is famously known as the Bach Minuet in G because it was in a notebook that he gave to his second wife, Anna Magdalena Bach, on her birthday. And this notebook had a bunch of little pieces that everyone assumed for hundreds of years were written by Bach or his sons. And then in the 20th century, it was discovered, one of the original manuscripts was discovered, and it was namely this piece, and it was written by someone no one had really heard of, named Christian Petzold. So it's now known as the Petzold Minuet in G, and it's kind of a one-hit wonder, made famous by the Anna Magdalena Bach notebook. So this one is quite contrapuntal. Again, the left hand is not as melodic as the right hand, but it has a very independent line. And towards the cadences, it gets active. So those, again, are going to be the tricky parts. So you'll want to work on it one hand at a time. I'm going to just go ahead and play it as is both hands. And I'd like you to, take one hand and learn it and then the other hand, so you'll have to rewind and look at this video a few times. So 1, 2, and 3, and moving up. Cross over and move the left. So that's the A section, and then that repeats. And then we go on to the B section here. Thumb is on a G in the left and way up high on high B. And watch out for F sharps. And scale, fingering. So it's not a simple piece. We've heard it a million times, and it might sound simple, but it's actually kind of complicated. It has many sections. The B section starts at the double bar, but then there's another section that's completely different, starting at measure 25. And I want you to look at measure 25 and 26 because the left hand has some very curious notation. You'll notice it has a half note with a down stem, and then a quarter rest above it, and then an up stem D. What on earth does all that mean? It just means voicing within the hand. So we want to overlap those voices. So I wouldn't overthink it too much. I would just think extremely legato and let those two voices kind of bleed into each other. And then move on just one note at a time in the following measure. So it's just those two measures. It's very specific voicing within the hand with a tenor and a bass voice. So anytime you see a rest above or below a note in piano music, that's a big red flag that you've got some special kind of voicing going on, and you'll see stem directions going opposite directions regardless of where they're placed on the staff. And that's pretty much only found in harmonic instrumental music like piano, organ, harp, those instruments, sometimes guitar. So that is the Christian Petzold Minuet in G.